Next up, I am especially proud sebagai warga lokal di sini ya, to introduce our Indonesia Spotlight, Championing Inclusive Growth. Now this panel will highlight Indonesia's key milestones as a leader in gender-empowered and climate-resilient financing, serving as the blueprint, or shall I say the orange print, for sustainable finance across ASEAN and beyond, with Indonesia set to become the world's sixth largest economy by 2030. Again, once the panel starts, we'll invite you to submit some questions that we can take off the floor as well. So now please join me in welcoming our panelists, Ibu Ratna Kartadjoemena from Paloma Sjahrir Foundation, Bapak Chandra Wibowo, Deputy Director of Kemenku, Ibu Wista Amalia from OJK, Bapak Antya Widita from Impact Investment Exchange, Ibu Veronica Colondam, Independent Commissioner of PTPNM and Founder and CEO of YCAB Foundation, dan juga Bapak Indra Darmawan, Chairperson of Indonesia Impact Alliance.
Good morning, everybody. I'm here today, very honored to be here to welcome everybody to this great celebration. I'm not an expert in the capital market, so I'm all here to learn about all of this today. I'm very excited to know that turns out that Indonesia is a pioneer here. Without further ado, we would like to set the stage. We're here in Indonesia, spotlighting a nation that's redefining how finance serves both people and planet. Inclusive growth isn't just about GDP, it's about who gets to participate and prosper. In this panel today, we will explore this question, with Indonesia's 2030 vision committing to leave no one behind. What does inclusive growth look like for Indonesia's future? I'm going to start the question to Pak Chandra. Pak Chandra, Indonesia's leadership in sustainable finance has been marked by pioneering issuance of sovereign thematic instruments, including the Green Sukuk, SDG bonds, Samurai bonds, and Blue bonds. From the government's perspective, how is Indonesia's debt market strategy aligning with the country's growth and development priorities? And what has made Indonesia's sovereign debt approach so scalable and innovative in the region? Silakan, Pak.
Okay, again, very good morning to everyone. Thank you for having us here. It's an honor for me to share our experience, how Indonesia experienced in issuing thematic bonds or thematic financing instruments such as Green Sukuk, SDGs bonds, and Blue bonds. When we talk about why government issue bonds, I think the idea is very straightforward. We need fund to make sure that our development keep moving forward. Yeah. And Indonesia debt strategy is designed to support our national priorities, particularly in sustainable development, in climate resilience, and also inclusive economic growth. We have relatively complete sets in terms of government financing instruments for sustainability. I already mentioned that we in 2018, we first issued global Green Sukuk in US dollar. And then 2021, we issued SDGs bonds in euro. And then we issued, 2023, we issued blue bonds in Japanese yen. And we also have retail Green Sukuk and also SDGs retail bonds in rupiah. So these instruments prove that how the government of Indonesia commitments to support sustainability. And this approach, I mean, that's why we continue to develop the sustainable financing instruments, not only fiscal responsible approach, but also for development goals oriented. So I mean that by issuing the sustainable financing instruments is helping us to close the financing gaps without compromising the macroeconomic stability. And among the emerging countries, we, Indonesia, is the pioneer for the thematic financing instruments. We are the first sovereign to issue the Green Sukuk, which the use of proceeds goes to mitigation and adaptation climate changes. And then SDGs bonds, the use of proceeds goes to how we achieve the 17 targets of SDGs. And blue bonds, the use of proceeds goes to maritime and coastal and also blue economy development. So again, in terms of why the secret recipe why Indonesia can achieve this kind of achievement is first, we have policy clarity and also market credibility and continuous innovation. The combination of these three things, I think, gave us strong foundation to develop our sustainable financing instruments.
Thank you, Pa. Looking forward to learning more about all of this. You mentioned about policy. We have with us Ibu Wista. Wista, as the financial regulator, OJK plays a pivotal role in not only encouraging innovation through initiatives such as the Sustainable Finance Roadmap, but also in ensuring that it doesn't compromise integrity and transparency. What are some of the unique regulatory initiatives that are helping Indonesia deepen ESG and sustainable finance market? What would you say those three priorities that you hear from corporates to further encourage issuances?
Thank you, Bu Ratna. Sorry, we just met this morning, so I have to remember all of the names. So thank you for delivering the question, and thank you for having me here. Good morning, everyone. So from the OJK perspective, of course, we cannot escape from the regulatory framework. So in 2023, so related to your question about integrity and transparency, of course, all of the things that we supervise has to be regulated. So in 2023, we issued, OJK issued regulation number 18 related to the requirement and also how the company can issue the green, sustainable and social bond on Sukuk. So the kind of regulation make sure that everything that will be launched in Indonesia through OJK or IDX will be transparent and also fulfill the integrity. So the second one that still related to the regulation or regulatory framework, we have Indonesia Sustainability Finance Framework and taxonomy. So through that, we ensure that there is no sustainable washing, for example, greenwashing and etc. And also we make sure that it is in line with international best practice to make sure the integrity and transparency, so we can compare our regulation and also the action and execution to the international perspective. And the third one related to the helping the introduction and launching of the GSS product, we also introduced the incentive, of course, that we cannot escape from monetary unit as well, right? So we introduced 75% discount for the registration in OJK and 50% discount for the listing fee in IDX. So we work together with IDX to provide the incentive for the launching of the product. For your second question, Bu Ratna, about what is the main unique or insight from the participant, actually, the actors in the GSS product. Of course, the first one against the cost, the incentive, that they want more incentive and extend it to the not only the green product, because currently the discount is only for the green product, but what we try to extend to the other product such as orange product as well. So this initiative also we have to collaborate with Chandra, of course, Ministry of Finance. So we try to extend the discount or the incentive. And the second one that we heard from our market still related to the cost, of course, the reduction cost for not just registration and listing fee, but also for the assumed or perceived cost that will be bear by the issuer of the product itself. So for example, like there is an external review based on our regulation, they have to be external review for the launching and also until the end of the use of fund. So that one is cost as well, and also the capacity building for people inside the issuer that will handle the GSS product. So the kind of a cost that the participant want to reduce. So we try to accommodate that issue by try to developing the digitalized product later. And that initiative is already in our roadmap for sustainable finance in Indonesia. Later we will issue the roadmap, hopefully next year. So as soon as we get there, we try to initiate the digitalized product together with IDX, of course. And the last one is about the regulatory or the rule certainty, of course. So based on that, the certainty, meaning that we can rely on the regulation as well. And then we can compare to the international best practice, because again, about the integrity and transparency and clarity, we cannot escape from the benchmarking from the international perspective. So the kind of certainty that the market participant also waiting for happening in Indonesia. So perhaps that one that can I deliver from now.
Thank you so much, Ibu Wista. Right now, I will jump a bit to Pak Antya ya. Agak lompat sedikit, maaf Bu Vera. Pak Antya, representing IIX. IIX played a pioneering role in introducing Indonesia's first orange bond and issuing the world's first orange sukuk in the country. From your experience, what has been the most critical in translating the orange framework into tangible instruments in Indonesia? Also, why Indonesia, and how does the orange framework align with the country's development agenda?
Yes, very interesting question. Thank you, Bu Ratna, and good morning, everyone. So we at IIX, we believe that there has never been a better time to be in Indonesia, actually. Because you've heard about the commitments from the government, you've heard about the innovations that have been developed, and we are also like 5 years away from 2030. So we are actually navigating a very complex situation environment, and that actually drives everyone, I think. Just one quick fact, Indonesia has 64 million micro, small, medium enterprises in Indonesia. And it actually represents 99% of the whole business activities, right? So massive numbers, and out of this 99%, out of this 64 million, a significant portion of them are women-led or women-owned, around 64%. So for us, inclusive growth means that they should be involved. They should have full participation. So I think that's how everyone comes together. So we know that there is this SDG financing gap, massive 1.7 trillion US dollars. We know that there's these challenges of the disparities between the regional, the rural areas with the cities. We know that time is limited, so it creates this kind of situation, I think, that makes us come together. And it's beautiful, right? It's beautiful in Indonesia, seeing representation from government, private sector, Pak Indra from the coalition, and we are from private company. So it's always nice to have this kind of multi-stakeholder collaboration. So I think that's the key. But also, I would like to stress that at IIX we are mobilizing capital for women-led MSMEs. So in our vision, the future of inclusive growth should be a transparent and accountable ways to distribute finance towards these MSMEs across Indonesia. So it should be, the future should look like where an ibu-ibu in rural Kalimantan can get the same kind of access as large corporations in Jakarta. So, and we are happy to share, we're very excited to share how we are helping and we are supporting this in Indonesia.
Thank you so much, Pak Antya. I'll pass it on to Bu Vera. You stand at the intersection of two powerful levers: grassroots inclusion through YCAB and institutional finance through PT PNM. From your perspective, what does it take to make financing truly responsive to women and youth at the community level? And what has been your experience in the Indonesian market?
Okay, I'm going to respond to that, Ratna, just by explaining, because I am actually at the intersection of both worlds, which is YCAB Foundation is a nonprofit, which is set up actually at the same time with PNM, 1999, but PNM came up with Mekar later, 2016. So we started our own financial inclusion program, and this is microfinance, but microfinance with the condition that the mothers, the children of the mothers stay in school, go to schools, and graduate and to get jobs. So the difference, the microfinance that we do, one is actually just financial inclusion through the PNM, which is great, that's also impactful, but through the smaller YCAB perspective is we measure the impact of every dollar that we loan up to create the kind of welfare that we want in the families, and by making sure that the welfare is, predicted by the next generation, the children of our family that we serve. So that's the differentiation. On the PNM side, the Orange Bond and Sukuk, we are very proud that this is one of the largest in the world, almost $1 billion, 980. It's just the currency rate change since we planned it. But it's 100% issued by PNM, of course, by the asset managers. There are 4 underwriters, which our family company, Trimega, is one of the underwriter together with PNM asset managers. So issued 100% by PNM, and also this is uniquely utilized 100%, the proceeds to support the financial inclusion that we do to the 13 to 15 million of our women. And that's from the numbers perspective. So we run an outstanding of 50 trillion, servicing 15 million women. And what is unique thing about PNM, apparently it's not in all the countries outside of Indonesia. We are women, servicing women. So we have all young girls, 19 to 25, majority of our account officer actually helping all these women in terms of financial inclusion. So that's, I just found out in Hong Kong when I spoke in the panel about it, that it's unique to Indonesia that women servicing women. Okay, so that's that. And I want to talk a little bit on the data because it's important. You asked about why is it, needed? Why is it, what's the word, responsive to the need? We see that women, this is YCAB's data because we track the changes over time, pre-COVID, post-COVID, and we have an annual welfare survey. We see this very quickly. We see what is important to us, self-efficacy. In women making financial decisions in the house improve by double, right? So that's important. They have confidence. And we see also the net income of our clients improve by 65%. That's a lot. And 82% from 58, so improved by 30% in from 2018 to 2024, have more savings and savings above 5 million rupiah. So that's great. And I think the most important thing, and this is the very thing that we do on the Orange Movement, Orange Bond, is to promote the upward mobility. So we see that our clients rose under 6.85 PPP, 34% up to 70%. So we move people upward, in terms of their welfare and kesejahteraan. So that's what it is all about. The money is here, the money is made available. It's 10.88, 11 times oversubscribed. So we see hope in this Orange Movement than close by the real welfare that is created on the ground.
Thanks so much, Kak Vera. I'm told the time is up, so I'm sorry, Pak Indra. We maybe will end with your answer. So through Indonesia Impact Alliance, what policy or market shifts do you see that are, the top gaps that you see in inclusive financing ecosystem through the alliance? And maybe, we've seen all of Indonesia's pioneering acts, collaboration between regulatory, government, private sector, philanthropy, and we've seen that this is now working. What would you say are a couple of things that we still need to work on?
Thank you, Ratna. First of all, it's great to see and realize that Indonesia momentum in this sustainable finance is pretty undeniable. So we are so proud to join the parade of leadership with Vietnam, with Bangladesh, with Japan, and now Indonesia. But issuance of such innovative mechanism is not only important, but have to be followed by what Ibu Vero already mentioning about how to create the mechanism that ensure those financing really flow to those SMEs, those underserved communities, to women who are in need of that. In Indonesia Impact Alliance, we focus on the bridging the data and capacity gaps and to help those mechanisms really flow into the really impactful, genuine beneficiaries. Secondly, that I remember about the Netflix film that orange is a new black. Yeah, with color black, I think my understanding is something bold, something determined to find an innovative financing. Not only relying on the traditional one, but a bold motive to also finding a more innovative way of financing such a mechanism. Orange also have to be translated into a tangible and measurable women empowerment. So it's not only a color, but that color gives us inspirations, energy. And Ratna, you asked about what kind of shift and gaps that are currently undergoing. First is the shift on the
Mohon
measurement.
maaf Pak, kita kayak kehabisan waktu. Kalau bisa di-sum up satu sentence bagaimana Pak?
Okay. The gaps is usually in the measurement and data, and also capacity, because we sometimes have finance but don't have pipelines. We sometimes have pipelines but don't have the financings. So there are some gaps that we need to empower the intermediaries and also the players to fill that gap. Thank you.
Terima kasih semuanya panelis kita hari ini, Pak Chandra, Bu Wista, Kak Vera, Pak Indra, dan Pak Antya. Makasih semuanya. Thank you so much everybody. I know we are running out of time, but appreciate your patience. Thank you.